Good morning, little babies. I think I came on a few minutes early. I completed the morning chores on the upper 40. Whoops. I watered the flocks and gave them their morning gruel, dispensed the medicines, give them their treat, their secret treat they think is manna from heaven. We call it peanut butter. And I have a busy day today, and I thought I'd warm up a little anyway before the 9:30. I'm going to honor my teacher by warming up. He would never consider anything. He taught me warm up in private. He was very specific about that. Every time I don't warm up, I think about him. He's going like this. So I'm going to warm up with, I'm going to invoke the ancestors by the quality that they taught through their living, which is the way to warm up during this week of Malchut, the wisdom, so to speak, as it settles into our feet, what we do, how we walk in the world, how we walk in the world, how we walk in the world. Whoops. Searching for the perfect A. Rahamana idkala ki yamed Abraham rechima bedilvayahu. O compassionate one, Rahamana, remember us, idkala, as in the days of Abraham, the sweetest one. He was so sweet, kind, welcoming. Bedilvayahu. Open the door, open the door. Rahamana, idkalan, remember us. Ki yamed Sarah, Sarah yameinu. Bedilvayahu. Oh, compassionate one, idkalan, remember us. Ki yamed Sarah, as in the days of Sarah, Imenu, the motherly one. Bedilvayahu. Rahamana idkalan ki yamed Yitzchak akeda bedilvayahu. Oh, compassionate one. Rahamana idkalan, remember us. Ki yameh, as in the days of Isaac, Aked, the bound up one. Open the door, open the door. Rahamana idkalan ki yameh Rivka bechirta bedilvayahu. Oh, compassionate one, remember us. Idkalan ki yamed Rivka, Rebecca, the choosing one. Bedilvayahu. Open the door, open the door. Rahamana Idakalan Kiyame Yaakov Shlemad Bedilvayabu. Open the door, oh Rachamana, compassionate one. Remember us, Idkarlan Kiyame de Yaakov, Jacob, the wholesome one. Bedilvayabu. Open the door, open that door. Rachamana Idkalan Kiyame Leah, Rachel and Leah, the sisterly ones. Bedilvayabu. Here we go. Dio piadoso, abre la puerta para recibir nuestros tefilot. O compassionate one, open the door and receive our prayers. Bedilvayabu. 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 Open the door, open the door. Receive our holy prayers. Adia piadoso. Oh, compassionate one. Rachamana in Hebrew and Aramaic, English, and Ladino. Amen, amen, amen. Prayer for healing. Oh, we are praying for healing. Hello, beautifuls, my beloved friends. We're counting today, I think it's day 44, I believe. And we're still in the Mishnahs about what they taught, these 5 that are mentioned. And it's a series of interesting teachings. Some of our teachers, more to the point than others. You know how that is. Some of them, extraordinary. We take our place in the chain of tradition. It's good to name them. I like to name them. Bonya was unforgiving about not warming up. I said, but it's not a performance, Bonya. This is every time you share with another person. It's a performance. That was his attitude. You better be good, he said. That's what I took from him. You have to be good. And you get good by practicing. So, for the healing of the spirit and the healing of the body, for those we know, for those we don't know. Refuat HaNefesh, Refuat HaGuf. For the healing of the spirit, healing of the body. For the healing of the spirit, the healing of the body. Refuat HaNefesh, Refuat HaGuf. For those we know, for those we don't know. On my right, the angel Michael. On my left, the angel Gabriel. behind me, in front of me, the angel Uriel, Uriel, Uriel. Behind me, the angel Raphael, above my head, above my head, above my head, above my head, above my head. Shekhinah Te'el, Shekhinah Te'el, Shekhinah, the inner presence, the quiet presence. It's her week this week. We're in the energy of the Shekhinah all week in the counting. Baruch atah Adonai Rofei HaCholim, blessed are you, great healer. Blessed are you, great healer. Amen. Amen. We're drinking a fine Assam tea this morning. With a little milk in it. It's strong enough to be able to accommodate a little milk. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shekol nihiyeh bidvaro. Everything created according to your word. Amen. Very good, Assam. Yes, we're sending blessings for the land, our beloved land. The land, the land. Everyone wants the land. And for learning. Oh, the pleasure of learning. The bonus, the spiritual alignment, the preparation to be present for the learning that appears in our perimeter. Today, 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 today. וערבנה אדוני אלוהינו את דברי תורתך בפינו ובפי עמך בית ישראל. Blessed are you. Make it pleasant. Make it pleasant. Make the teachings pleasant on our lips. ונחיה אנחנו וצאצאינו וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל. So we may take our place in the chain of receiving and passing, to take and to give, what we receive, what we give, what we receive, what we give. We ourselves may become such a fountain overflowing. We may be able to give to others what others have given to us. To receive, to give, to receive, to give. And for all these things, and also for its own sake, learning for its own sake, for the purity of it, the cleansing nature of it, the purification of learning. What we learn becomes what we do. Belly wisdom, this week, located in our feet this week, our walk in the world. What we learn to what we do, what we learn to what we do. Baruch atah Adonai melamed Torah le'amu Yisrael. Blessed are you who teaches to your people in this fashion. Amen. Don't freak out. Turn the spigot. Okay. Oh, let's look at the Mishnah, little babies. It's an interesting set of aphorisms from these 5 Talmudic personalities. The most coveted, the most honor given to the one who is least known. Wouldn't you know that, huh? Wouldn't you know that, demonstrated by the truth in your life? Our expressed leadership, generally not the most gifted leadership, generally, I would say. Yeah. I know in my life, as Holmes would say, don't trust the obvious. Amar lahem tzu'ura'u, come, go out and see. In other words, gather your information through your life. Go and see it for yourself. What is your experience teaching you? I love this expression. Tzu'ura'u, get out and see. Don't get stuck in your own head. And don't get stuck with your small little group of conventional thinkers, Get outside of your circle a little bit. Go out and see. Ezehi derech tova. What's the good road? What's the good way? Yeah, the good way. Sheyidbaka b'ha'adam, that a person should attach themselves to, glue themselves to, attach yourself to the true way, what you see, what you learn by what you see. Get out. Get out of your own perimeter and see. Rabbi Elazar and Eliezer said, Ayin Tova, a good eye. Something's missing from the text here. What's important? A good eye. To be able to discern what's true, what's not true. A good eye is fundamental. Ayin Tova. Rabbi Yehoshua says, Chaver Tov, a good pal. Oh, yeah. You don't have to have a lot of them, but you got to have some of them. You got to have somebody good. Somebody you can tell the truth to. Somebody. Doesn't have to be, you know what? It won't be a lot of bodies. A lot of bodies will reinforce your own thinking, but somebody will sit in your heart with you. Rabbi Yossi Omer, Shechein Tov, a good neighbor. Or I don't know what that means. It could mean literally who you live with, or it could mean love the one you're with. It could mean who you hang out with. That's the person. That's the good person who you hang with. Hang with that person. Be with that person. Shechinto. Rabbi Shimon Omer, Rabbi Shimon Rabbi Shimon Omer, see if you can see what the implications of what you see is. See if you can track it. See if you can see it down the road. Rabbi Elazar Omar, Rabbi Elazar, the one who is less known, the least known, and the one these texts are elevating to the greatest of them all. Lev Tov, a good heart. That's what it is. And that's what we've been talking about these last weeks, how you take your wisdom that comes into the head and into your heart and into your head, into your ears, into your eyes, through your senses, and how you take what you learn and you push it into your heart so it becomes what you do, what you know in the deepest sense in your heart, and so animates your walk in the world. Lev Tov. Lev Tov, babies. Amar lehem roya niat ivrei Elazar. And so he says at the end here, he said to them, I approve of, I like the words of the last one, the one who's least known. Elazar ben Arach. Of all the words that were spoken, I prefer the words of Elazar ben Arach more than the other words, because all the other words are included in his words. Remember what his words were. Alev Tov. That encompasses all the others. That's a good one. That's a good one. I want to think about that. Let's go to the counting. Brothers and sisters, the counting today. Beautiful. We're in the week of Malchut. Oh, thank you for your blessings for my sacred partner. She'll be back soon, and I know she appreciates every sentiment you send. It's funny how it's in some ways most dear through here. Go figure. This community we've built on what we're teaching. It's built on learning. You'll see soon what else has come out of this farm. We've recorded some things that are going to be finished soon. Those will be interesting too. It all emerged out of learning what we intention ourselves to at the beginning of these sessions. The implications of learning are far-reaching and profound. We're into the 7th week now. This is the last week of the counting. Today it's Gevura, the energy of Gevura, which is a little bit of a restraining energy. Hold on a second. Yesterday's energy was all yes. Today's energy is a little, that's ink on my hands. I play with ink all the time. So it always spills on my hands. You know, I love pens. So the week of Malchut, it's an interior notion. This day, the kind of restraint in this walk in the world, a little more care expressed today, not so yes overflowing. We're a little bit cautious today. The week of Malchut, an interior notion, when what we learn becomes what we do, the wisdom expressed in our walk in the world, the energy imagined in our feet. Halachti, I walked, I walked, I walked. The week of Malchut, body wisdom complete, belly wisdom expressing through our feet, walking wisdom local, and how we walk in the world, holding breath for living truth. Breathe deep. In through your mouth, pause at the peak of breath. In through your nose, pause at the peak of breath. Slowly exhale through the mouth. One more. In through your nose. Pause at the peak of breath. Hold it. Slowly exhale through the mouth. Holding breath for living truth. Exhale and be what you've learned. As evidenced through your walk in the world. Today, Gevura, don't walk too fast. Wisdom becoming a spiritual experience. Chesed, love, Gevura, restraint, Tiferet, beauty, Netzach, you think you know, Hod, you do not. Yesod, foundation in the body. Malchut, the spigot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kisham b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu asfirat ha'omer. Blessed are you who makes us holy with the mitzvahs and asks us to count the Omer. Hayom arba'a v'arba'im, what is today? Arba'a v'arba'im yom shehem shnei shavuot u'shnei yamim la'omer. Today is day 44 of the Omer, which is 6 weeks and 2 days. Shisha shavuot u'shnei yamim. 6 weeks and 2 days of the Omer. Wow. May 11th, 2021. Bless our president, our vice president, our mayor, and all their noble retinue. The counting of the Omer is taught by the poets of rock and roll and Ben Bag. Chesed, loving kindness overflowing. With Gevura, love not fade away. The third pole, beauty, Tiferet, bright, deep, and dark. Netzach, feels like we've been here before. Looking for soul in Hod. With Yesod, a pleasure ground. Look from both sides now. Malchut, inward and quiet. God, you jigsaw timer. With Malchut, the spigot opens. Turn it. The spigot is open. Boys and girls, don't freak out. Oh gosh, thank you for showing up today. It's really delightful for us to be able to be here this way in your lives. For you to be here this way in our lives is no small thing. It's large. I bring you blessings from my beloved, my sacred partner. She'll be back. She appreciates every one of your kind sentiments. And we love you. Thank you for coming. Tomorrow, 9:30, you'd say Hashem, Inshallah. Bye-bye, babies.